Is the Beast of Nurgle any good? This was a request, and oh boy have I killed so many of these in Warhammer 40k Darktide, so I have some appreciation what facing one as an Empire infantryman would be like. I also recently fought a bunch under Bellacor's banner in a Solastra campaign, so why not? It's this channel's first Nurgle unit. Let's slime in. Please like, subscribe, comment, and donate properly decontaminated gold to my vault at my Ko-Fi page. Grandfather thanks you. The Beast of Nurgle is a single entity recruited for 800 gold base and 200 upkeep. Without getting into the Nurgle recruitment mechanics, which at time of making this video I'm no expert on, this is a pretty budget price for a single entity monster. Health is 6,388 on Ultra with 50 armor, 20% physical resistance, 60 leadership, which is quite high compared to some factions, and speed 40, which is neither especially fast or slow. Melee attack is 32 base, but each strike is both magical attack and poison. This means the monster is murder on ethereal creatures, trades well with demonic units and anything with dodge, and damage and speed debuffs whatever it is striking. Attack interval is 3.7, which is fairly fast without being Vargulf level fast. Splash size is medium, and max targets damaged by that splash is set at 5, which is decent and no more. Melee defense is 34, which isn't terrible at all. Weapon strength is 300, divided neatly between 100 base and 200 armor piercing, making this a solidly armor piercing monster. Charge bonus is 18, and let's not put too fine a point on it, this is low. Mass is 3,500, which is 3,500! This thing's heavy! This is a demonic unit, of course, and is a siege attacker. It inflicts fear, but not terror, though it is immune to terror itself, and will evaporate rather than flee. It has the old style of regeneration with a classical vulnerability to fire. The beast has the Cloud of Flies passive, adding +9 to melee defense while actually engaged in melee. Slime Trail inflicts a -5 melee attack and -10 speed debuff in a 15-meter radius. In the Lord Redline skills, Nauseating Mutations adds a maximum of +10% speed and +6% physical resistance, raising that resistance to 26% total. Rank 7 and above lets beasts benefit from Putrid Resistance, granting +7 melee attack, 15% spell resistance, and 15% missile resistance, making them hit more often in melee and becoming far tankier. In the tech tree, Plague Beasts adds +2 to recruit rank for fresh beasts, and grants +5 bonus versus infantry. Given the nature of the beast, infantry are a frequent opponent, so an added bonus against them is highly welcome. Speckled Hides adds 10 armor. So how do we use the Beast of Nurgle? Good question, since that's definitely the motivation behind asking me to make this video. This is largely a matter of opinion, but in an actual Nurgle-oriented force, having poison is hardly unique, and magical attack will be possessed by other demonic units. Armor piercing is a lot less common. This unit isn't uniquely difficult to whittle down with ranged, but it's going to be annoyingly difficult to tear down in melee. The splash size and maximum targets damaged aren't so large that it will dominate blobs, but it will be very difficult to focus down in the middle of a larger fight. I think there are two particular uses. One is as a disruptor of cavalry charges. That 3,500 mass is so outsized that it's a complete waste not to use this unit to bog down charges. Just imagine trying to roll over this thing as a chariot. It simply won't work. The other use I can see is as a relatively cheap anti-character goon monster. Take my control group, Empire General. Armored and shielded, but not armor-piercing. Against squishier generic lords and heroes, he's a tremendous threat despite his ordinary nature. The Beast of Nurgle may not be the best at hitting, but the debuffs tar pit the general, the speed debuffs make it difficult for the general to flee, and the beast does a minimum of 200 damage per hit no matter what the armor soaks. For the cost, this is very high performance, and when you combine this with Nurgle having a reputation for high-quality heroes, a role begins to take shape. To wit, the Beast of Nurgle is a sumo wrestler. It's there to provide muscle and mass, and some, but not a particularly high amount, of finesse. It's hard to dislodge, it hits back kind of hard, and just its presence serves to bolster massed infantry. Enemy characters used to having a free ride against rank-and-file infantry are suddenly overwhelmed dealing with a mini-boss, and stray infantry trying to get their stabs and swipes in. That's all there is to it. Be it the Nurgle roster or others, there are far stronger, far more devastating single entity monsters. But for 200 upkeep a turn, Nurgle has the perfect single entity to farm out to weaker armies to stiffen spines and clog up the works. A top-tier army may scoff. A minor settlement garrison will be screaming and begging for mercy that will never arrive. Take care, and have fun sliming your path to victory.